Hello, everybody. I just looked at the current transits, and it happens to be that the Earth right now is right over my core wound. And that is also opposing the Sun, because the Sun and the Earth are always in opposition in the astrological wheel. So, right now in 57.4 is where we have an activation, and the Sun is opposing that kind of shining light on it. And the core wound is something that we are born with. Richard Rudd explains that that is that place that is not personal. It doesn't have to do with our parents. It's nobody's fault. It's basically the soul coming in and already with a choice of having this thing that has been wired up and contracted. That's our core wound. In these lifetimes gives us the opportunity to look into that and to feel it and to understand it so that we can open the door to higher frequencies, which in the case of this particular key is the intuition and the clarity that comes from basically accepting the physical form, and accepting whatever initiative needs to be taken in this form for our life journey to unfold, for our genius to be shared with the world. And I wanted to share a little bit about what I felt today in a conversation with Ashley and Tim, working with the challenges of the 51. And Tim was offering a perspective of the 51 not being extremely shocking, but actually being an initiative to something new, but more than anything, an invitation to include love. And we know that the 51 in human design is connected to the 25, which is about love and innocence. So what I'm feeling into right now, because I'm feeling a lot of agitation around me more than anything, a lot of unease, and I'm almost feeling like I am more stable, although this is my core wound, right? It makes me feel a little bit uneasy, but more than anything, it's like I'm feeling some clarity on where does agitation and unease come from. I can see it, and I can almost already see that we're going into the next gene key, which is 42, which is the acceptance of life cycles, the acceptance of life and death, and the learning as we are doing, the writing the story as we're going, and kind of live it at the same time, and a lot of what it is to be human. And what I feel, so the 57 is my core wound, and I know that it's also the core wound for Rosie Aronson, who wrote The Wisdom Keepers. It's Richard Rudd's core wound. And the 57 is the key that Richard uses in his Golden Path to explain the core wound. And that's powerful, right? And right now I have the earth kind of sitting in that position, in that activation for me. So I get to feel into it and breathe into it. And the fourth line is all about gentleness and softness. And it says that something that is, winded up can never become relaxed through anything else than relaxedness and acceptance. And the 25, which is not the programming partner, the harmonic gate, speaks about just allow it to feel like it feels. The agitation in the body, the unease, whatever it, allow it. Can you accept that this is how it feels right now? Can I accept that it feels like that 57 is mirrored back to me and the 51 everywhere I look? And is it all even some kind of, for me, what I feel right now is almost some kind of realization that my journey in what would have flooded me with unease and agitation before, actually right now I have clarity. I feel more clarity. I can feel it, but it's not actually shutting me down. It's not locking me down. It's not making me want to escape from the feeling in my body. I can more sit and actually breathe. And even I feel this sense of, with the 57, it's like an auric field. It's like a vibration that is in humanity. So if one person vibrates in that low frequency, then it kind of makes everybody vibrate like that. And I feel like for the first time with me, with the 57, which is also actually my Saturn in human design on the personality side, which has to do with stability, I feel like I'm not necessarily you. I'm not necessarily your energy. I can have clarity about your energy, but I don't have to feel it through my vehicle. And that for me is huge, because I feel my whole life I've been going out in the world feeling everything that everybody else is is feeling. And it's not even always an emotional thing. It's often just a frequency. It's just a vibration. And to know that we are one, but still there is this individuated sense of my vehicle, and that I can decide what I am flooded with and what I actually allow to be absorbed into my being. And to have that clarity with, here is where I start and here is where I end. I think that's huge. So I guess what I'm doing is to share that realization. And I think that this is a big part of the Gene Keys. It's actually about, Gene Keys is about the embodiment and having that core wound as the main, the 57 as the main key for the core wound. I feel like there's something important in what I just opened up. And I feel like this is just a spontaneous, like, peeking into it. But I would love to continue the conversation about it and understand why is that 57 chosen as the main, programmer basically for the core wound in the Venus sequence. So thank you for letting me share without really knowing what I was going to share. Bye.